Well, if there's one thing we've learned over the past few weeks, it's that the rumours of the demise of Crumble Manelli have been greatly exaggerated. Crumble is back in form and he's into the final of the Peter Thomas at Mandurah on Saturday night. Hello and welcome to the Wednesday preview. You're joined by me, James Broadhurst. No Troy Iwanak this week. He's over in Adelaide for the Nationals. Well, he made us wait, didn't he? But he's back. Crumble is back in form. Back to his best form? Well, we'll have to wait and see, but he's certainly back in the winner's circle. He's won his past 3 starts. The first 2 of those were over the 400-metre journey, and last week he stepped up to the 488 for a heat of the Peter Thomas. Let's go back and have a look at that run. Here he is in the pink, and believe it or not, this is his first win over the distance.
Crumble Manelli now works across from the outside and finds the lead in third, Sunset Callisto, then followed by Bagnaia. Behind them, Mustang Timmy, Sunset Pepe. Well back in the field was Curo off the back. Crumble Manelli only by 2. Shy Emoji 3 lengths away, Sunset Callisto. Bagnaia, Mustang Timmy, then followed by Sunset Pepe on the corner. Crumble Manelli by 1. Shy Emoji comes off the outside. Crumble Manelli, Shy Emoji. Crumble, the champ, wins by a head.
Well, obviously not good conditions for running time there, but Crumble Manelli did clock a 27.47, and he heads into the trophy decider now, where he gets the lemon. Box 5. And obviously early speed remains a big asset for Crumble Manelli here. Running out the distance is the query though. The 488 could be right on his limit. He's got both heat winners either side of him here as well, which could pose a problem for him. Both Sunset Nightjar and Wise Barra jumped sweetly last week, so this first 60 to 70 metres here could be cutthroat. I can definitely see Wise Barra in particular beating Crumble out here. She'll need to, Wise Barra. Her prospects in this race rely on her getting to the front. Sunset Nightjar is the fastest qualifier. He clocked a 27.38. Surprised me a bit how well he began, Sunset Nightjar, but we did actually see that from him 2 weeks earlier over the 488 as well. Sunset Nightjar, like Crumble, is out of the David Hobby kennel. Hobby has 5 dogs in this race. All of them are threats. But of the others, I thought Sunset Comanche, which went over the 652 3-back, will run on strongly and could be the one to watch here. What about Emerald Guard here out in the pink? This dog's got a great record over the trip. 2 starts back, he won in 27.04. He'll give them a head start here, but he will get room to wind up from out there and will charge home. The question is, can he get across cleanly, because he'll want the rail at some point. And also don't forget Bungee Man. He challenged and nearly got Sunset Nightjar in their heat. Thought that was a handy run. He could do some damage here from the red. Tough race to pick. Here's what Chris Halse, trainer of Wise Barra, thinks about his greyhound's chances.
You know, she's got plenty of box speed and drawn probably out where she wants to be too. So she seems to pull up well, working well. And I can't fault her. You're hoping to lead and give yourself a run for the money again. If she can go to the front, you know, she can run splits. So, you know, the big tracks like those big horseshoe tracks like Mandurah don't normally sort little bitches. But, you know, she's been going quite well without setting the world on fire, but no, I'm sure she'll give it her best shot.
Another race I thought was worth a closer look this weekend is on Friday night, also down there at Mandurah. Race 4, it is a 400-metre grade 4-5. I thought this could be an interesting contest. On paper, it looks like a race between the 1 and 2 dogs, Examiner and Long Johnny. Examiner will be suited from the pole, but he's very unlikely to lead this. A more likely scenario is that he's going to be doing his best work later in the race. So Long Johnny should be able to find the front here. And if that's the case, he's the dog I want to be on. However, one factor that might come into play here is prime voltage. This greyhound had been, up until his last start at least, been racing well over the 300. He could be up on the pace early and potentially give Long Johnny something to worry about. I'm going to stick with Long Johnny, though, for this race. We are headed towards the Nationals in Adelaide on Saturday night, and best of luck to our WA competitors. We are sending a really strong team over this year. We've got Miss Envy and Uncle Tommy in the sprint final, and West on Booney in the distance championship. Some breaking news, however, some doubt over the participation of Miss Envy. She, of course, went over to Adelaide last week, trialled at the track, was absolutely superb. She's been installed as favourite, but there was a hiccup. She was due to fly back to WA after that trial. Now, that flight got delayed and the dog was stuck on the tarmac in a crate for a long period of time. Eventually, they did get the flight back, but that experience was quite stressful and took a lot out of the dog. So, news coming out of the Shinners camp is that they're going to wait and see how the dog pulls up, and they're going to make a decision tomorrow as to whether Miss Envy can take her place in this national sprint final. Fingers crossed that she does. Well, better news coming out of the Chris Halse kennel with respect to West on Booney. Look, it was no secret this dog was a little bit underdone heading into the WA series, but he's now had a couple of extra weeks under his belt, and of course had that really nice trial run at Angle Park over the weekend, and Chris has declared that this dog is ready to go for the national distance final. Look, for what it's worth, I'm expecting podium finishes in both races from our WA Greyhounds. What positions will they be though? Well, we'll find out on Saturday. We are also chasing tonight at Mandurah. The first of 13 races kicks off at 6:40 p.m. and my best bet comes in race 9, number 3, Patriot James. Thought this is a really competitive race. About 4 dogs I thought might be competing for the win here. So you might be able to go each way with Patriot James. So we'll see what price he comes up as, but I'm going to back his early burn here. If he can get to the front, I suspect he will be able to go all the way with it. So race 9, number 3, Patriot James for me tonight at Mandurah. Get on board with the Nationals, get down to the track, and we'll see you next week on the Wednesday preview.